Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Steel Donut. My name is Matt, and with me today I have Bob.
This is my final intro line.
Connor.
Hello there.
Yella.
Good day.
And Blake.
Greetings.
And
Trying something new.
Okay.
9/11 gives me so much inspiration.
oh, yep. Okay, yep. We have another 9/11 special for you guys.
Here we are.
20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's interesting that, let me just read the description here. The story's called "To Never Forget."
Yeah, it's To
Like
Never
Gold
Forget.
Guardian
It was suggested to
2418.
us by Cupcake Regret.
Right?
Thank you,
Yeah.
Cupcake Regret. It's a
And
9/11
the description
story.
reads, Katie's family helps her when she gets a flashback of her parents dying when she sees a reminder of 9/11/2001.
Yeah, on like her Outlook calendar.
Done as a request for and co-written with Katie May 77, a tribute to those who lost their lives on 9/11/2001. So for the 19-year anniversary,
Yeah.
they wrote the story,
Yeah.
and for the 20-year anniversary, we're reading it.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you think like, oh yeah, this is something people did back in the day, but they don't do it anymore. Nope, they still do it.
This is very recent.
Stop writing 9/11 fanfics.
Anyways, author's note. Katie May 77, who owns Katie, asked for and helped me with this one. Here you go, amiga.
I didn't know the
Smiley
name
face.
Katie was copyrighted. Well, damn.
Enjoy.
I guess I know
Smiley
now.
face. Transformers
You
G1
didn't
belongs to
have to.
Hasbro. I only own Rachel.
You know, this is kind of a philosophical point. You know, if we're not slaves to our work or to someone else, we're slaves to ourselves.
Yeah,
Jeez.
damn.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I own myself.
You're slaves to the chemicals in your brain.
Whoa.
The nihilist.
All
yeah.
right.
To never
Whoa.
forget.
To never forget.
Rachel and Katie squealed happily as they scampered to get away from Thundercracker and Drift, who were chasing after them in their hollow forms.
I don't know anything about Beast Wars.
Get
God,
back
much.
here, you little scamps.
The samurai said playfully, which only made the girls giggle louder.
That's a robot samurai for you. Talks like he's from a Dickens novel.
Can't catch us, Drifty.
Rachel said, still giggling.
We're gonna win!
Katie said, also giggling.
Haha.
The whole
Man.
group.
So
Is-
much giggling so far.
They're a gaggle of gigglers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They really are.
The two little girls continued running and turned the corner, seeing Roadbuster and Skywarp also in hollow form around the corner.
Dude, this
Oh.
is what it's going to be like when we all have VR. Just
Everybody will be
holograms
in
of
their
us
hollow
popping up
form.
all over the place.
Yeah, that's what Steel Donut videos will be like. You'll be able to put on your VR headset and walk around your house, and we'll just be there in your home with you,
You'll see us
telling
everywhere,
you
yeah.
the story.
We'll just be sitting there at your kitchen table,
Yeah.
you know, just in front of like
Hey,
some-
dude, I know I'm in VR, but do you have a chair? My legs are getting kind of tired.
Yeah,
my
for real,
VR
though.
legs.
But I'm also using a Roadbuster avatar because he's my favorite Transformer.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
it's
this really
weird,
is this is some VR chat shit right here,
Yeah,
man.
4 of us look like us, and one of us is like an anime girl.
Oh, guys, we need to take a Transformers quiz. The only problem is, figure out which Transformers we are. Problem is, there's so many Transformers. The quiz, to really narrow it down, would have to be like 1,000 questions
Yeah.
Yeah.
to be accurate.
Yeah.
Okay, we've all been delaying this enough.
All right.
Nobody knows who the blonde-haired girl is.
Right. We
That's
don't
a
know
good-
your
I was
OC.
about
And
to
I'll say this,
who's the blonde-haired
The
girl?
next paragraph starts with the honey-haired girl, so I don't even know if that's a different character.
I'm gonna assume that
Honey
they're
and blonde
different.
are pretty similar.
I'm gonna assume that they're different characters just because they use different words.
Right.
can
Okay,
just
is
go for
Katie
it.
or Rachel have blonde hair, though?
I'm not sure it matters, so
Yeah,
one
like
of
think
these
about
two.
the chipmunks. They're always called clads: the red clad, the blue clad, the green clad.
And here the haired.
The haired child.
I'll just assume
Yeah, you
that
just go
Rachel
for
is
it.
the blonde.
It's
Yeah.
yours. You're Rachel.
Whoa.
The blonde-haired girl cried out, grabbing her sister quickly and moving her to the side just as Drift and Thundercracker zoomed around the corner. Skywarp let out a yelp as his brother crashed into him, while
Holoform!
Roadbuster and Drift went down in a tangle of limbs.
Wow, this is very realistic VR.
Oh, no.
Detects where your hologram is, so you can smack into other holograms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck
Nice.
yeah.
It's like that Roblox game that has like VR collision. Shit's
When
nuts.
VR gets too real.
The honey-haired girl laughed along with her sister as it was too hilarious.
Yeah, I laughed too. It is
It's
too hilarious.
too funny.
Suddenly, 2 warm arms scooped them both up, and they saw it was Perceptor in his hollow form, and he was smiling.
Man, so much giggling
warm
and
arms.
smiling and laughing. This story's so happy. 9/11.
I can't wait for
I can't
9/11
wait.
to
That
come in.
happens.
Yeah, no.
what a
I'm-
good old time. 9/11.
I hope
Oh,
no
no.
one says the words 9/11 to
9/11.
remind her of 9/11.
I hope nobody looks at the calendar.
I hope there's not a post-it note that says, don't forget 9/11.
Hey, wait a minute.
9/11.
Don't forget!
Yeah, wait a minute. There's something
forget.
today. What was that?
It's not always remember, it's don't forget.
Don't forget 9/11.
Shit, I almost forgot 9/11 this year. Thank God I had that post-it note.
Yeah, and you have trouble like remembering things, just tie a little string around your finger. It's like, oh yes, it says 9/11.
Oh yeah, 9/11. That's right. That happens every year, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the golden rule. Never forget 9/11.
Yeah. No, it's not never forget, just don't. Don't
Yeah,
forget.
don't forget.
You two wouldn't happen to be the reason those 4 are in a heap on the floor now, are you?
They're holograms, or anyway.
For 9/11.
You're a hologram.
Everyone's a
picking them up?
hologram except for these 2 girls.
I don't think
What?
she knows what a hologram is.
No,
Like,
I'm sure
Maybe it's a term
some
from the show.
No, yeah, I'm sure some Beast Wars fan is going to be in our comments saying, actually, you guys don't know what a holoform is. A holoform
don't
is when nanomachines, blah, blah,
You're
blah.
right, I
And we're just
don't.
going to be like, okay, we don't care.
Yeah, this is like robot astral projection or something.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. He asked teasingly.
Casey and Drifty were chasing us.
Katie said, unable to stop giggling.
Yeah. My favorite.
Oh, that
80s
sounds like a
production
real
duo.
problem. Hold, careful, stop. No, she can't breathe. She can't breathe.
Oh my god.
God, it really is me, isn't it?
It really is you, yeah.
I really am just this character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already ordered Matt's headstone. It says in the end he got the last laugh.
Holy shit. Then they crashed into Buster and Warp when they came around the corner.
Rachel said, also trapped in a fit of giggles.
Oh no!
Oh my
Oh,
God,
no.
someone get her out of there.
Someone please help these poor children. They can't
They're
breathe.
trapped like, in the rubble.
I see.
The scientist said with a chuckle as the 4 got up.
Man, I'm glad that people continue to be so happy and upbeat.
Oh my God.
Seems you girls are quite clever.
I don't know if clever is the word I would use for it, but sure.
I'm going back to the stars.
We didn't even know Buster and Warp were around the corner.
Katie said truthfully.
Wow. That takes such guts to say such truths.
Yeah.
They kind of
Telling it like
surprised
it
us
is.
too.
Rachel said.
Cole tells it like it is. Isms.
A familiar chuckle reached them, and they looked to
My
see it
God,
was
more people
Optimus,
are
who was
laughing.
smiling at them.
I love the idea.
God, everyone's laughing.
Everyone's having a great
This
day.
is the
Today is
funniest
the
shit
best
they've
day.
ever seen in their lives.
And I like it's not like they heard a chuckle. It's like the chuckle reached them.
Oh yeah, it's coming down.
I mean,
Just came
here's the
from
thing.
nowhere.
Here's the thing, Bob. It reached them on a deeper level.
yeah,
It
Yeah.
reached
It
their
touched
the
It touched
essence
their
of their
hearts, yeah.
beings. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm just glad that this is Beast Wars and not Kiss players.
I think we all are.
Deep lore. You two always find a way to make everyone smile.
He said.
Oh my god.
Oh,
One shall giggle, one shall laugh.
Oh, by the way, real quick, Blake, can you use that voice to say "shove the cube into my chest"?
Shove the cube into my chest.
wow, it really is like Optimus.
It really is Optimus. It's very good. I love it.
Wow, Daddy.
Katie said excitedly, reaching for him, and he accepted her from Perceptor.
Are they
That is
robot
not
children?
the
Are
way
they
I put
robot
it.
children, or did Optimus Prime give birth to an actual human child?
Oh my
Because
god.
that
I
is
mean-
cursed.
I mean,
Cursed.
I mean, Optimus just adopted them. That's
Yeah,
know.
maybe,
I
there's
hope.
raised by snakes. There's, raised by Optimus.
Raised by Transformers.
Raised by
Dude.
Transformers.
dude. I wish I was raised by Optimus. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Why won't this flesh child stop crying?
You're leaking
Child,
oil from
flesh
your
child.
optical receptors.
Flesh child.
I
yeah.
already love the word flesh, but adding the word child to it just makes
Flesh
it better.
child.
Yeah.
Rachel leaned her head on the scientist's shoulder, smiling at her sister and uncle happily.
Which one's her uncle?
Oh,
So
I'm
Optimus
pretty
Prime
sure all the
either had a kid.
Autobots are her uncles and aunts and sisters and whatever. Like, they're all
And
family.
daddy.
Right.
It's like they all have names like, like Skywarp, Roadbuster, Rachel. They've got the robots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gang's all here.
Mm-hmm.
How is Katie Rachel's sister if Optimus is Katie's father?
You've never
but
heard of a mixed
Perceptor
family?
is Rachel's father.
You've never heard of a
family?
mixed family?
Wow.
Okay.
Imagine having to climb into a car just to drive anywhere instead of being able to just transform. This post made by Transformers Gang.
Imagine having to climb into your father
No.
to go anywhere.
This post made by human parents gang. Yeah.
You know what, Bob? I'm gonna be real. I think I'm good. I don't think I'm gonna imagine that. I think
Hop
I'm
in,
good.
son, and he slaps his side.
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. What if your father is manual transmission and you have broken a leg?
Fuck.
No!
Oh, no.
Go to the corner.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. What if you have 2 broken arms and you're angry and there's a decision that has to be made? that old meme.
Yeah. Okay. The leader of the Autobots smiled at his daughter and niece.
There's a movie on if you little ones are interested.
It was directed by Michael
Transformers
Bay.
2 by Michael Bay. I really like this one.
That's the
I
worst
feel like
possible
Transformers
one.
1 was a good start, but the series didn't really come into its own until Transformers 2 by Michael Bay.
The second one was the one that came out during the writer's strike, and so it was
I
like
know,
written.
it's the worst one.
It's the worst possible one.
It's the worst fucking movie. It's
It's
so
like,
bad.
Did you ever see a
that's
Hollywood movie and be like, this seems like it is barely coherent and is nonsensical? It was probably came out during a writer's strike. Did you ever see Quantum of Solace? Writer's strike. It was written by Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Parts of it were.
Yeah, well, that's my favorite, and no one could tell me otherwise.
I don't remember Quantum of Solace at all.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Daniel Craig is a much better pair of abs than he is a writer. Who knew?
They perked up, and Roadbuster smiled. Okay, if we join in, he asked.
Oi, mate.
Please?
Katie asked, giving them puppy eyes.
Oh boy.
Just handing them out like grapes.
I hope you guys like lists. Here comes the
Yeah.
list.
Oh boy, here we come,
This
boys.
always happens in every Transformers
It's a
story.
genealogy, yeah.
Yeah. Chuckling, they all went to the rec room and saw Ironhide, Ultra Magnus, Alita, Chromia, Ratchet, Wheeljack, Jazz, Prowl, Skyfire, Rodimus, Cup,
Holy
Springer,
shit.
RC, Mirage, Hound, Skids,
Oh
and
my
Astro
God.
Train, getting things
That's
set up to watch a
17.
movie.
Say you saw the gang. Like, why did you have to list them all out? Like it was a chapter
That's
from the Bible.
17 characters just listed
Chapter
right.
from the Bible.
Yeah, remember the Old Testament? That, like, how the chapter is dedicated to...
genealogies.
Yeah, the
We don't all need to try and hold the DVD player here.
Well, yeah, in Genesis it tracks the genealogies of
Yeah, we're
David.
checking the fucking genealogy. That's what that just read like.
Yeah, so Astro Train is a really weird guy to be there. That's what I thought. That's too deep into the lore. But also, did you know that Jazz is the second in command? Like, he's second in command of Optimus. I always forget that, because that's just a
that's
really...
right.
Like, Optimus Prime sounds like the guy in charge. Jazz does not sound like the guy in charge.
That just sounds like some like the rebel guy, like the guy who's just kind of like
What was that other guy?
Well, not
I mean-
even
never
necessarily
mind. I was
that.
thinking
but-
of-
I don't know.
Honestly, genuinely, like, he's not even the second one named. Like,
Yeah.
when you're looking, like, if you, not even just in the story, but like, if you ask somebody to list, like, they would list Autobots, obviously leaving Decepticons aside, but like, if you just ask them to list Autobots, they would probably say Bumblebee and Ironhide, and like, even probably
Rodimus.
Ratchet before they say fucking Jazz.
I always forget Jazz is an Autobot.
Yeah, but he's the second in command. Like, when Optimus Prime dies, Jazz takes over.
For some reason, I always thought Ironhide was second in command. I don't know why.
It's
Well,
because he
that's 'cause
sounds
he-
more important.
He sounds more important, and him and Optimus, like, Optimus talks to him all the time, but that's just because he's old. He's like
Yeah.
he's like an old
Or
mentor
Rodimus.
type.
I guess sometimes I think Rodimus is second in charge too.
Yeah.
Everyone but poor Jazz.
Yeah, everyone but Jazz.
Man, fuck Jazz.
You like Jazz?
You like it?
I like Astro
I don't even
Train's
remember
name.
who he is half the
I
time. I
hope
won't
he
lie.
looks cool.
Yeah.
I don't know who Astro Train is, but like I hope he looks cool.
He turns into a purple train. He's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah!
That
It's
is
like that
fucking
movie.
sick.
I do like trains.
Oh, he's the one who gets to speak.
Oh shit.
Hey, there you are.
Oh,
There you
we
go. That's my
Oh,
Astro Train voice.
I really like
Astro
that.
Train
Good impression
said-
of him.
We're almost ready. Wish our base was like this, Skywarp said quietly to his brother.
Base doesn't have a TV in it.
Ditto.
No.
Aren't y'all like made of machines? Can't you like get one?
It shouldn't be that difficult.
Matt, that's like me. That's like me saying, Matt, you're made of flesh. Can't you just become bacon?
That's
no,
true.
but I can go get some from the fucking store,
Yeah, but that's because you have money.
which they can't seem to be able to do.
Ditto.
Wait, was
Thundercracker said-
Oh, yeah, he was there earlier, right?
Since they and Astro Train had proven to be protective of both Katie and Rachel, but all the other ones didn't give a shit about them.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
let him
Yeah.
fucking die.
Nah, I don't give a
Optimus
fucking
allowed them to come onto the base, and everyone had been willing to accept the three at seeing they had sparks, unlike some of the other cons.
Oh, they're former
Oh.
Decepticons. They're former Decepticons.
Okay.
Okay.
We were bad, but now we're good.
What does it mean for them to be? What does it mean for them to have sparks?
I guess
forget.
The souls.
I guess Decepticons.
So the
just don't.
Decepticons don't have souls?
No,
Nope.
that's why they're so evil.
Yikes! Really? Wow.
Dude, I just
They
looked
have-
up Astro
I
Chain.
just
He's
thought it was
fucking awesome.
I thought it was a difference of opinion.
No,
No,
it's
man, like,
literally good versus evil, I guess.
But it's like
Yeah.
there's something intrinsic to them that makes them evil. That's
Yeah.
really
Wait, Astro
sad.
Chain was a Decepticon. That's why he's
Yeah.
purple.
Yeah.
He's also fucking awesome.
No
Look at this
Autobots
guy.
are purple.
He's
only
cool.
Decepticons.
Actually, no,
Astro
I'm
Chain's
not
cool.
sure if
Pretty
any
much,
Autobots
yeah.
are purple. I think only the
Yeah,
bad guys
purple's
are.
pretty much entirely exclusively
The
an
Autobots are
Decepticon.
like blue, aren't they?
The
Or
Decepticon
red?
logo
I guess
is
so,
purple.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty much
I
all the.
guess so. I'm not a Transformers guy.
I'm colorblind.
Yeah.
I have osteoporosis.
I have crippling depression.
Yeah. And sometimes when things got unsettling at their base, the three would secretly fly over to the Ark and Optimus would let them in.
What?
They'll
What
just
does
knock
that
on the
mean?
door.
So wait, so in other words, like when there's like when things are uncomfortable, like there's just mommy and daddy are fighting at Decepticon's house, they go over to Optimus's place.
Yeah.
So they haven't like changed sides. They're just like
They
hey,
just come and hang
we're
out.
not as evil, so can we just like come hang out? We'll
Or
still
is this
go
like
back.
is this like a chaos and control thing where they both exist just to be the opposite of the other one? And
I
like
don't know,
they
the
can just like come
Decepticons didn't
over
wanna,
to the
like,
other
blow up
guy's
the
house
planet,
every
right?
now and then, you know?
Eh.
What movie are we watching?
Katie asked curiously.
Can't tell.
What?
I have no idea. I just look at the screen, I see nothing.
Rodimus said teasingly giving his sister.
Wouldn't want to spoil that one for you.
Oh,
It's
geez.
called The Passion of the Christ.
No,
Let's sit
what-
down and watch this heartwarming
It's that-
film.
It's that Nicolas Cage movie where he was
Nicolas
a
Cage, I was
fireman
about to say,
at
what is the
9/11.
Nicolas Cage at 9/11 movie? Yeah. Watch that.
yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't remember.
Oh,
I'll
my
look it up.
favorite.
Yeah, Nick.
Rodimus said teasingly, giving his sister a playful boop on the nose, making her giggle again.
With
That
his
must-
metal
that must-
finger.
that must-
Oh,
That
giggle,
movie
huh?
that Nicolas Cage movie is called World Trade Center.
Yeah. That was back during the time when we had painfully on the nose titles for things like that, like the movie Volcano. It's about a volcano.
2012.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be about a tsunami. What the fuck?
No, Tsunami's the one you're thinking of.
Oh.
There was a, after the credits, there was a teaser, because they were setting up a expanded natural disaster universe.
Yeah, and
the
it
next would have
culminated in
been,
2012.
Tsunami. Yeah.
Oh,
Where
wow.
they
yeah.
all met. How it was. Soon they were all sitting down and the movie began, and it was a very funny one
Oh.
Okay. Thanks, narrator.
because the author couldn't think of what movie to do either.
Yeah.
Katie couldn't stop giggling at the movie as she snuggled close to Ultra Magnus, who gently ruffled her hair.
You know, the survive-
All Katie has done is giggle.
Is she like 2?
She hasn't done anything
Months?
else.
You know,
And I know
this reminds
someone
me.
out there is gonna make a joke that's like, "Wow, all Matt does is giggle."
See, here's the thing.
I'm
This
doing
reminds me.
things.
This reminds me of a scene and a story that may not have been written by me and Bob. We all sat around watching Grown Ups 2. Good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grown Ups 2. Fantastic film.
And then in parentheses, good movie.
Good movie.
A growling sound suddenly was heard, and the little girl giggled as she realized it was his stomach, and the others' stomachs growled too.
Oh my
Robots!
god.
God,
Can you
it's
just-
like yawning. If you hear someone else's stomach growl, yours starts to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Fucked
did
up,
you know
man.
that if a group of men stay in the same house long enough, they will synchronize stomach growls? Not everyone knows that.
Wow.
It's wild, dude.
Whoa. Yeah.
Oh,
Guy, there's something you haven't heard every day.
I was
What?
actually gonna say that should be the Drax Scottish voice.
I'll be a Hollander new.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get back into it. I come from a world we call simply Earth.
Oh, no.
And then,
I'll
be a Hollander now.
Yeah, there you
Okay, I have it now. So, hey, there's something you haven't heard every day. That became Australian.
You haven't. It's something that you have not heard every day.
Like, how did that
What does
become
that mean?
Australian? When I
Stomach growling. Yeah, Matt, you don't hear stomach growling that often, I
When
guess.
you're a robot, you probably wouldn't.
You have
Yeah.
not heard that every day.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jazz speaks. Jazz speaks after
Oh my
this.
god, Jazz is in the story.
Skids laughed, and everyone else laughed too.
Shut up. Not you. I mean the story.
Everybody laughed at the very funny
Very
joke.
funny joke.
Fuck.
And unironic,
Really
in the
is.
wild, everybody laughed at the
I can't
very
wait.
funny
I am
joke.
so wondering what the 9/11 is
No,
gonna
no,
be
it's
like.
in like 3 paragraphs. Let's just get there.
Oh my god.
Oh, boy.
I'll go get some Energon. Katie, you want to help Big Bro?
Jazz asked, standing up.
Yes, Jazzy.
Katie said as she got down from the couch and waddled after him to get the Energon. Yeah, she like fucking 2.
You ever been
Yes.
so fat
Oh,
you gotta
guys.
waddle around?
Yeah, here we go.
Oh wait,
Suddenly,
what?
Just after they left, the anniversary of 9/11 popped up and showed the horrible crashes that happened on that day.
What?
Optimus,
popped
Skyfire, Ironhide, Prowl, Wheeljack, Mirage, Hound, Skids, and Ratchet stayed silent as they mourned over the deaths of thousands.
We interrupt this movie to bring you this traumatic, triggering footage.
Yeah, like, what the hell?
That
What
just
the
seems
hell?
like it almost seems like they were watching something on the screen and then like it just popped up in front of what they were watching. They literally interrupted their movie without them even getting to select anything or
I
opting
was
in
gonna
or
say, like,
opting out.
was this-
It's just like you must watch this.
It
That's
also
like an emergen-
just
Hang on,
Like
they,
an
they
emergency
just
broadcast.
watched this on television, right? Like they had to set this up, so they had the movie picked, right?
I assume they were watching it on like Showtime or something, and this is like an emergency broadcast. Like you've had an interrupted like emergency broadcast.
I've never had one about 9/11 10
Yeah,
years
also-
after, or sorry, 19 years after it
Also,
happened.
why would they ever interrupt Grown Ups too?
Yeah,
We
can't
interrupt
that
this
movie.
broadcast
It's really
to remind
good.
you it's 9/11.
It's also just the craziest thing. Like Blake pointed out, that they just immediately show like the footage of the thing happening. Like, what the fuck?
Or is this like the credits of the movie where it's like, this movie brought to you by 9/11?
Oh no!
And then it just shows horrible crashes that happened on that day.
Oh,
I like how it had to list out every single one of them again.
And I can't wait until we get Paul Blart Mall Cop 4.
Whenever a fanfic does that, it really does remind me of those Bible stories where, like, they just list out every single thing.
Well, I mean, it's not a story; it's a genealogy.
No. Like, I don't know what translation of the Bible it was, but it was like one I had, and it was in the Old Testament, and what was that guy's name? Nebuchadnezzar or something, and he had the instruments, and instead of just saying the instruments, it listed out every single instrument, all 10 of them, every single fucking time it was brought up.
Oh yeah, because it was it's translated from like old
I
documents.
know, that's what
so
this
it's
reminds
historical.
me of. It has to list out every single name, all 10 of them, every time.
Yeah, like
it's
they
brought
couldn't
up.
just say the team, the
They
family,
couldn't
Yeah,
just say
except-
the team.
well,
or
actually,
anything.
It's a
Except-
fanfic thing.
It didn't. Some of them weren't mentioned. Like Jazz and Katie were the only ones who left, but like
A bunch of them just
Astro
aren't.
Train.
Oh,
didn't
so Astro Train
stay
is
silent
talking
and
over the
mourn.
footage of 9/11?
He's
Yeah,
just talking
Astro
What
Train
a
over
piece
doesn't
of
care.
shit!
Either talking over it or just not mourning.
Oh. Well, I mean, he is a Decepticon. It does make sense. He is evil.
I mean, he has spark though.
Not enough of one. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Apparently
guess.
not. Yeah, he needs more spark, my dude.
Oh, Primus! Elita whispered, horrified as her husband hugged her close.
Oh no, don't touch me?
Who's
Question
Cup?
mark. Like that's.
Well,
what I read
Widow's
that
got
as.
herself a big brown beaver, and she shows it off to all her friends. You know the band Primus?
Yeah, who wants to be Cup?
Sure. I guess we have something in common. We've lost many lives on Cybertron as well.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I gotta
Who
say,
the fuck are you?
Cup, you're kind of missing the point.
I love
What's
that the
up with
person
Cup?
writing this, the chick writing this, thought that this was a tasteful comparison. Transformers losing their fictional
Oh my god.
lives.
Cup was mentioned once up
It's-
earlier. I didn't even notice his
Yeah,
name.
Cup
I
is
mean,
in
it's
the
not
list
just-
of names.
It's not just that it's like fictional characters versus real people dying. It's also that like they lost lives in a war in Cybertron versus the civilian lives lost in 9/11. Like there's a very different sort of moral weight that
Yeah.
we as a society put on those two different things. I don't know necessarily that we should, but like I think a lot of people would have disagreements about like, well, it's not like you have that exactly in common.
Well, Matt, or Bob, I believe what you mean to say is, I threaten to kill one little mare,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
everyone loses their minds.
Yeah. And then, understatement of the century here.
Yeah.
9/11 was a very hard day for many. Skyfire said softly.
Why would you say that?
At the end of the day, you look up at the newly opened up
Gosh.
skyline and you say, you know, today wasn't that bad for me. I don't know about you guys, but it was fine for me.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
And then everyone
God.
says, hey, take it easy. We all had a hard day. It's like, well, speak for yourself.
Well, 9/11 was
very
really
hard
bad for
day.
me, because I was 6 years old. I wanted to go to McDonald's, but we lived right outside of D.C., so everything shut down.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
the fuck?
I mean, like, yeah, I remember being at my friend's house and playing and coming up, and then his parents were watching it on TV. But still, I got to play at my friend's house. It was
That was
pretty
fine,
fine.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
See, in my school, they were showing us like the news in the basement, and they brought all the kids down. Except I was like a troublemaker, so they didn't let me go. I don't understand the logic of that anyway. So instead, they sent me into the back room with Miss Cynthia, and I had to help laminate some cards. And she explained to me what happened, but I didn't have any visuals for any of that until much later. But like, I had a great time laminating cards with Miss Cynthia. I was like, oh man, it sounds like a lot of people probably got hurt. Okay, let me continue laminating cards.
Some of you had a hard day. I had a pretty hard day because I was in school that day.
No, I was in school, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But think
That
about
was
this.
why it was a hard day for me.
Now
Yeah,
think
but
about this.
you see, Bob got to laminate.
Most of our fans weren't alive.
Yeah.
Oh no!
We're old people.
Oh no!
My brother's turned 30 this year.
They skew the whole average over, you know.
I mean, they're lucky. They didn't have to miss out on freaking McDonald's, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
true.
didn't have to go to school. Wait,
It
no,
was a
they-
very hard day for many of us.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't even a day for
Yeah,
you
almost
young
as
kids.
hard as some of the days on Cybertron.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Katie and Jazz came back right then with Energon cubes, but the honey hair girl looked at
Oh,
the
Katie was the
9/11
honey-haired
crashes
one.
and froze.
We were correct.
Holy shit! You guessed that. Oh my
I guessed
fucking
correct.
God.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, he had a 50-50 chance.
I had a
Hey, Bob.
50-50 shot and I made it.
But this is also like the story that we wrote in where they come back with the cheese cubes.
Yeah, they come up
Yeah,
with
but now
cheese
they're
poofs or
Energon.
whatever.
Cheese puffs. Yeah.
So she looked at the 9/11 crashes and froze. The Autobots
fuck.
hearing glass shattering a moment later. they quickly looked to see Katie on her knees as she started crying and having a panic attack as a shattered energon cube lay nearby.
You can break those?
Yeah, I guess.
Apparently.
They're fragile.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Just like 9/11.
Katie.
Oh, Jesus, wasn't she like 2?
No, I don't think
No.
she has any relation to 9/11 at all. She's just having a panic attack because it reminded her of something else traumatic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Otherwise, they probably wouldn't put 9/11 on the TV for her to see.
Yeah.
Unless they were all like,
I mean,
Katie
they put
and Jazz
it-
left
they
the
didn't
room.
put
They
it
knew
on-
Katie was. Hold on, they knew
They
Katie was going to
didn't
be out
put
of
it
the
on
room,
TV
so they were like,
is the thing.
hold on, let me get there. Katie and Jazz leave the room, so Optimus is like, now's a great time for us to all watch the 9/11 footage that we all wanted to watch today. So it
Right.
came up, they watched it, they were hoping they would get done with it by the time she comes back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, it's time for our annual 9/11 special.
I mean, the thing is, it just popped up. It just.
Well, that's
came
why
with
Jazz
it.
asked her, like, hey, you want to go get some Energon with me?
Yeah, Jazz gave
He's
a
like,
wink,
oh
wink,
shit, it's
nudge,
coming
nudge
up
to
at
everyone
noon.
else.
I better go get some Energon with Katie. I'll
They have a
distract her. You guys
schedule-
watch 9/11.
Uh-huh.
And this theory works because it's Jazz who would be the closest confidant,
Yeah.
I guess, to Optimus.
Yeah,
even
Optimus
though
is like, Katie's got a lot of, trauma that we need to, avoid.
None of us do, even though we've been like fighting a
we
war
all-
every second
yeah,
of our
but
lives.
we all really, really want to watch this 9/11 footage. We
Right.
have to do it.
It's
Please.
the anniversary. We have
Yeah.
to.
We've heard that this mourning about 9/11 day is something that these people do. So,
Yeah.
we need to do it too.
the
we
sad
need
day
to-
when the planes crashed into the 9/11 buildings.
Uh-huh.
Oh
It was that was
damn.
that was some really unfortunate naming.
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, a really interesting coincidence with the date and all.
Yeah, like
Pretty wild,
weird,
man.
right?
The day equals 11. The minute 11. The tower's 11.
Oh.
Katie.
Optimus cried out as he quickly rushed over and picked her up before the spilled energon got too close to her.
It would kill her.
Ratchet rushed over to check for injuries and scanned her.
Oh man,
He
don't
checks-
Oh,
say
I love what
It
Ratchet
checks-
has to say.
He checks with his normal optical sensors first, and then uses his scanner just in case.
Mm-hmm. No injuries, but she's having a massive panic attack.
No
Thanks,
shit.
Ratchet.
She said as he rubbed her back.
with his big metal robot hand of death.
Yeah, because he's not in his hollow form anymore, is he?
Who
It never
fucking
said-
knows?
I
Who
don't know.
knows?
Rachel asked in worry as Roadbuster brought her over to see what was going on.
You must see this. You
Alright, you gotta take a look at this. Holy shit, look at
Behold,
this kid's having
this
a
is a-
fucking panic attack.
Behold, this is what a panic attack looks like. Now you
gotta
know.
fucking see this shit.
Katie, what happened, baby? Elita asked, rubbing her head, greatly concerned for her daughter.
Rubbing her head and patting her belly.
Jeez.
Jumping up and down on
At
one
the
foot,
same time.
reciting the
Oh,
Gettysburg
man.
Address.
It happened again, guys. I'm sorry. It happened again, Daddy.
Oops, I did
I
it
saw
again.
9/11 again.
I saw 9/11.
And had a panic attack?
Yeah, Britney Spears,
it
Britney
keeps
Spears'
happening.
tribute to 9/11. I feel like it kind of missed the mark.
I think. Okay, fuck it.
Katie
Fuck.
cried, burying her face in Optimus's chest.
Shh. How do you shh in a robotic way?
I think that's just static.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all right, honey. Daddy's here. It's okay.
Optimus cooed softly, kissing her
Cooed?
head.
Screw you.
A fucking robot just kissed somebody.
I can't robot coo, robot kiss,
Does-
robot any of that.
Now I'm wondering, does
He doesn't have lips. He has a big mouth shield.
I
Yeah,
don't
that-
I love
know.
this next paragraph.
What happened again? Dad, what's going on? Rodimus asked, his feelings
Dad.
mixed with anger, sadness, and worry, not only about the 9/11 attacks, but also wondering what caused his baby sister to have a panic
He's
attack.
worried about the 9/11 attacks.
There's so many things. Why is he worried about 9/11 attacks? I know they were bad 19
but they
years ago.
happened.
What happened 19 years ago? What are you
Okay,
worried about?
but also, how do you not know what's causing his baby sister to have a panic attack? Every person I know who has panic attacks has told me like any close friends, certainly family, anyone I have who has panic attacks has told me what causes them, or like given me some of the common causes, and I would be able to guess what might cause a panic attack.
I love how
I
he's
know
worried
them
about
well
9/11.
enough. He doesn't know his baby sister well enough to guess.
Maybe it's just like a title.
What happened again, Dad?
I don't know. Maybe she got adopted yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh man, wait,
Fucking no.
is she okay, Dad?
She was born yesterday.
Yeah.
In jokes playlist, I think I added that. If not, Connor, you know the video better than me.
Oh, maybe it's gonna get explained because Optimus, is there something you haven't told me yet? Alita asked worriedly, wondering
me
what had happened
specifically?
that her daughter was so distraught.
All right, let's go. Let's
well,
just keep going. I
9/11
want to know.
happened. That might have something to do with it.
Optimus looked at Ironhide, Skyfire, Ratchet, and Hound and nodded. They nodded too.
Are they? Do they know? Like,
Yeah, they know.
Were they
all
in
in
on
on
it? Were
it.
they in on 9/11?
Conspiracy confirmed. Optimus did 9/11.
Wait,
Or
did they
whatever
know?
caused Katie to have a panic attack. I don't know.
Katie, there's no need to hide this anymore.
What? He said gently to his daughter.
She
It's up to
broke
you
down,
to tell
and I
everyone
broke
why you're
down
having a panic
'cause
attack.
I was
please
tired.
tell everybody about your trauma.
I need
Yeah.
to hear about 9/11, please.
Yeah, it's straight up brick. Ben Folds, my favorite song about the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Katie looked up
Or
at her
Fun
father.
Vacation.
Katie looked up at her father and she cried as she nodded.
I had a flashback again.
She said.
Of what?
Prowl asked gently.
My parents.
Rachel gasped, remembering the day that she had first met her sister. She rested her head on Roadbuster's shoulder, and he gently rubbed her back, a bit worried himself.
Oh man, I remember.
Is
9/11
it-
happened that day.
Is this like a metaphor for narcissism or something?
What's-
It's like 9/11 happened, and it's like she's like, "Oh man, time,
Yeah, I have
time
to make it about me.
time to make it about me."
Yeah, what's worse, like writing a fanfic about 9/11 where like characters in a universe have to react to it, or making it so that like your OCs, who we have no idea what their fucking past or history is, like it's all about them and what happened to them.
Yeah, like
9/11
okay,
is a
in real
Two
life,
memories separated. I don't know Rachel or Katie at all.
let's make it clear though, real quick, that like if you have trauma, it's not selfish of you to be triggered by something, right? Like that's not you making it about you. But in this story, they're writing it so that we can, in theory, enjoy the story. But the story is entirely about how this one person's trauma is. That's the part that I find so fucking annoying, right? They're making it all about their character, even
Well,
though
yeah.
like 9/11 happened in universe.
9/11, they're like showing 9/11 footage in the background
Yeah.
while this is happening.
Yeah.
But what happens with my OC when they
That's
see
such a-
9/11 happen?
I'm gonna write a story in tribute to 9/11, and then I'm gonna mention it once, and then talk about my OC.
Yeah.
Your actual parents?
Drift asked gently, sensing this was a bit of a sore topic.
all good with you,
Wanting to
Drift.
get
Oh, you
information
think.
anyways.
One came
Wanted
into
to
reading the
jump
room.
in and be part of it anyway.
Drift is
Yeah.
really reading between the lines here.
Sore topic.
Ooh, the more sensitive, the better.
I think the way calling it a sore topic makes it sound like they've talked about it so many times that they're like, we've talked, we've gone
We're
through
over this.
Everyone has said everything there is to say about it. We're not going to come to a decision, okay?
And yet we keep making 9/11 videos.
Keep writing.
They keep writing it. We keep making them.
Yeah. Katie nodded as she started crying harder. Then we're just going to talk about what happened out loud.
You said that the Decepticons killed them?
Isn't that right, Katie?
Did
Yeah.
the Decepticons do 9/11?
killed your parents,
Did the
right?
Decepticons do 9/11?
And
Too?
some of them are here.
Starscream!
I will outdo
I
even
need you to fly into
Megatron.
these two towers, Starscream!
Oh no.
Dude, Starscream would do 9/11. Megatron wouldn't do 9/11. He would know that that's a bit too far. But Starscream,
Starscream
He's
would
always
fucking
gotta-
do it.
He's always got to show up Megatron.
Yeah. Fuck!
Chromia
take.
asks, her tone also gentle.
I'm gonna die. That's a little final story I ever read.
Not just any con, and Mia, a Decepticon combiner.
What?
Oh no.
They really did do 9/11.
Ironhide said sadly.
Well, no. This is the death of Katie's parents, which might not be related to 9/11
Oh, it's not
at
at all
all.
related to 9/11.
Yeah, hold on. Matt, yeah, no, Katie's getting triggered by 9/11, but
Wait,
her thing happened
hang on.
separately.
what they're
Entirely
saying.
unrelated.
What?
I'm gonna stop. Yeah, I'm gonna pause because like you keep doing this that the Decepticons call it 9/11. I don't
They
think
didn't cause 9/11.
Oh, I was just memeing. I was memeing alongside Matt.
I don't think Matt's memeing.
Oh.
Sorry, but
Okay, so
I
her
didn't
trauma's
want that to go
unrelated to
all
that.
Her
Totally
trauma is
unrelated.
unrelated to 9/11.
Only in the
Anytime-
sense that they're both traumatic. People both die.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Exactly. That's the whole point. That's why we're very
That's what we're
upset.
saying, yeah. It's like
Yeah.
they said, I'm writing the story in tribute to the people who died at 9/11. Now let me mention it once and then write all about my OC.
Are you
And
fucking
their tragic
shitting me?
backstory. Yeah.
No, it's,
they're using.
You know
holy
what?
Shit.
I think the Decepticons should have done 9/11. I'm gonna go back on what I just
you
said.
could drop. You could pull 9/11 and replace it with literally any traumatic event.
Are you fucking
Like,
shitting me?
You could replace it
Any
with Jack the
tragedy.
Ripper killing people. You could replace it with the D-Day on Normandy. And
I
she
thought-
just walks in, sees
Okay.
something related to that thing,
I
and
was
starts
laughing
getting...
so hard at the idea of the Decepticons doing 9/11 that it actually missed me that this has nothing to do with 9/11 now.
Right?
Yeah, man,
this
nothing.
has nothing to do with
Yeah.
9/11.
I'm not.
This is
Is,
a-
is that better or worse,
Worse.
than holding
It's
9/11
worse.
hostage?
It's worse.
This is a story written to remember 9/11 or something, where it's just used as the jumping off point to cause a panic attack in this OC that they could talk about what happened to
Yeah,
the OC.
you just
9/11
said
and the
it's supposed to be a
Decepticons did
story. It's supposed to be a story to commemorate and remember the people who died, and they have immediately forgotten the people who died in 9/11 to talk about fictional character
Who
and their
did not
parents.
die at 9/11.
Yeah,
Okay,
people
but what
who
if
were
the
unrelated
Decepticons-
to 9/11.
Okay,
At
but
least in
what
that
if the
Naruto one.
Decepticons did 9/11.
At least in the Naruto one, Naruto's like sad about it, right? Or whatever fucking. Like, right? She's not even sad about 9/11.
Starscream doing 9/11.
I'm still kind of
is
pissed that
killing me.
Astro Train was talking over the footage, by the way.
She's like,
No, he wasn't talking over it. He just wasn't mourning.
Well, they said
because the
stayed
Decepticons
silent
did
as they
9/11.
mourned. He didn't mourn,
Yeah.
he didn't stay silent.
He didn't mourn.
We just didn't get to
Bob,
hear what he
He was
said.
talking about what great work the Decepticons did.
Bob,
when
he's a
Starscream
part-time
crashed into those two
Decepticon.
towers.
he's a part-time Decepticon,
Yeah, he's looking
remember?
at it and going like, I regret being part of the bad guy team, but like, that was a pretty good day for us.
Yeah,
I
that
think we
was-
did a
I
pretty good
mean,
job causing
We did a
9/11.
pretty good one there, I'm not gonna lie.
We didn't directly do it, but we were involved. I'll say that.
Wait, hang on. Did the Decepticons fund Al Qaeda?
I mean,
No, he's just
where
like,
do you think they got the planes, huh?
Guys, Astro Train is just like, you do know jet fuel can't melt steel beams, right? It was Decepticon
Everyone's got their
lasers.
heads bowed. They're like, I'm shutting off my audio receptors. I can't listen to this right now.
Oh my
I was
God.
thinking it was gonna be something about Decepticons doing 9/11, and it's even worse.
It's even worse. It's not about 9/11
It's
at all.
even fucking worse.
I
Guys,
mean,
if you
remember
actually,
we
none
did
everyone
a-
knows this.
We did an extra 9/11 story for Chipmunks 2, for Cheapmunks. So, like, this is, like, all the relevance of 9/11 to that story, this is us getting a little bit of a pass.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
guys, this would be like I don't know if you noticed, if you zoom in on Air Force One when George Bush is boarding it, Decepticon logo.
Oh!
Holy shit.
Oh,
Holy fucking shit.
That would be
You know,
pretty scary.
I just said that the Decepticons melted the steel beams, and someone will probably go into the comments and be like, Decepticon lasers can't melt steel
Okay.
beams either. And it's like, what can melt
fucking
freaking steel beams? They're
They're
invincible.
Nothing.
apparently invincible.
I mean, that makes you wonder, how do they even form steel beams into
How do they
anything?
form those
Yeah.
things? Nothing melts them.
Okay.
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 A look of horror crossed young Rachel's face.
No.
She said softly as she knew instantly who they were talking about.
John Lennon is killed. No.
Katie hadn't told her which Khan had killed her parents, and she hadn't pushed for answers, but now she clung to Roadbuster, who had a bad feeling.
Can't have an emotional moment without Roadbuster.
It's one we know pretty well, isn't it? The Wrecker asked.
There's like
That's an
500
awesome name.
characters here, and all of them speak once.
And,
Okay.
I love. No, you know what I'm imagining? Like when they introduced like that long list of characters, that was them entering the scene. That was them like gathering together to sit down on the couch. And every time a new character shows up that wasn't mentioned before, the camera kind of just like pans to the right, and they're standing there, and then they pan to the left, and someone else is standing there. And it turns out there's just this room is crowded. We just can't see everybody.
Fucking so many.
I mean, the
people
list
here.
was already 17 people. This room
Yeah.
is fucking packed.
Well, Matt said that this reminded him of like genealogies, but it doesn't remind me of genealogies so much as it does Adam and the Chipmunks Thanksgiving, where there's a million
Yeah.
chipmunks.
Yeah, now it's starting to remind me of that. Yeah.
And they're watching Maury Povich.
We really got to go back to that universe.
Dude,
Do you think they had a 9/11 celebration in one of those stories?
Celebration
Not
again.
celebration. I meant remembrance. Fuck.
the 9/11 Jubilee, yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it.
Every September, everybody puts the streamers up.
No.
You get your 9/11 tree out.
You guys, are you ready for
No, I mean there were carolers that one time.
are you ready to celebrate 9/11 Gras? Like Mardi Gras?
Forgot about that.
9/11 carolers.
Fucking carolers show up. Oh no! I'm gonna fucking die.
Happy 20th,
I hurt.
folks.
I am in
poor
actual
Matt.
pain right now.
Poor Matt, he is trapped in the giggles.
Oh my god, he is.
I haven't laughed like that in a coon's age.
They laughed like they hadn't laughed in years.
Yeah. I miss you so much, baby, yeah.
Fuck. Oh fuck! Where were we? I don't even know where
Your
we're at.
line, and
Oh, I see. It's Devastator.
Katie cried out, just barely managing to get out the words.
I know that feeling, Katie. Wait, what?
This is good. This is good. Just read it, Matt.
Devastator killed my parents by making a rock slide.
She sobbed as she hugged Optimus tightly.
That is a straight up Roald Dahl level, like, parent death. Like, they were eaten by a rhinoceros. They were
Fuck!
Oh, wrong.
I'm
Had
just,
some rubble in it. I guess that's related to 9/11.
Wait,
I'm
unironic,
Devastator. I'm just gonna cause a rock slide.
unironic
Oh, no.
rocks fall, everyone dies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
damn.
Lightning crashes. An old woman dies.
yeah. A shocked silence filled the room before Thundercracker exploded.
Oh no, we lost another one.
Oh
He is
no!
Thundercracker after all.
Fucking,
I
we
feel like
lost Thundercracker now.
He
I feel like we
cracked.
needed like, considering this is an emotional moment, I feel like we need a tearjerker.
Yeah, that'd be a good robot.
Tearjerker.
Devastator did what?
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 He cried out, filled with rage.
I'm gonna tear those
No.
Constructicons to pieces!
Look at the way I strut.
Dude, they're
Constructicons.
Constructicons.
Oh my god.
They're strutting it. They
Yeah,
got that
I
fucking
mean-
drip.
I mean, look at the way they be strutting.
That
Holy
oil
fucking
drip.
shit.
Yeah. His shout scared Rachel, and she clung to Roadbuster, who had also been startled by the Khan's reaction. He wasn't the only one.
Everybody.
He went crazy, swinging swords and throwing nades.
Ooh.
Hang on, real quick. So, like, the terrorists did 9/11,
Yes.
Yeah.
and the Autobots know about that.
Well, that's the story.
Yes.
And they're like, well, that's not the story. The story is Katie's trauma, but but they know about that. This is his reaction to hearing that Devastator did something bad.
That he
Mhm.
killed two people
But
with a
they
rock
don't
slide.
feel it's necessary for them to be involved in any way about, like, 9/11?
No,
Like, that
no.
that is sort of an unresolved conflict to this day.
Thundercracker personally knows Katie, so he can be personally affected by her tragic moment. But the people who died at 9/11, that's just a statistic.
It's very easy for him to abstract them away. They don't matter. Just like to the writers, they don't matter.
It's straight up with the Joker's point. Joker did nothing wrong.
Yeah. Hashtag Joker did nothing wrong.
Thundercracker, please stop! You're scaring me.
You're being loud.
Yeah, be sensitive.
It's all about you, Katie.
I mean, she
Katie
is
cried
distraught.
as she backs up with fright, having been set down on the floor by her father after he had just gotten her calmed down.
I'm glad that
Wow,
retroactively she was set on the ground.
Literally born yesterday.
Oh, Primus, Katie, I'm so sorry. Come here, baby.
Thundercracker said soothingly,
your love, baby.
picking her up in his arms and hugged her tightly. It was quiet for a bit until Skywarp spoke. I'm surprised Katie even wants to be around us, he said softly. Rachel looked up at him.
Because you, TC, and Astro helped her.
She said,
You've never hurt her.
Okay.
All the other Decepticons have.
Yeah, and she's
Directly.
being triggered by 9/11, and Skywarp is looking at 9/11 and saying, I'm surprised she even wants to be around us. And that's making me, wonder, maybe they were involved?
well, because no, she's...
I guess a different Decepticon, yeah, okay, never mind.
Skywarp is looking at Katie, who's remembering when a Decepticon killed her parents.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah,
And-
okay, never mind.
Yeah.
And then Astra is like, oh man, true, but to think that, comma...
I can't believe Devastator would kill people.
Astro began and shook his head, unable to finish his sentence. Wheeljack nodded, as did the others, before Chromia looked at them.
Did the attack happen on the same day as the 9/11 attack years ago?
Oh no, please. Wait.
Don't worry, Matt. It'll be further trivialized.
She asked gently.
Are you fucking shitting me?
Yeah, I told you wouldn't
Matt,
like
you
it.
are not being defecated.
No.
Katie replied.
A few days before. It didn't even happen on the same day?
Yeah, well...
But that's the connection.
Yeah, so on 9/8, her parents were killed, and then on 9/11, 9/11 happened, and so she went. Now, anytime in early September that she sees any reminder that people die,
I'm going to fucking.
Well,
lose
it's
it.
like the old rhyme, 1, 2, buckle my shoe, 9, 7, parents in heaven.
Oh, no.
9,
so I think
8,
you mean, I think you mean 9/11.
Well, no,
9/7
my
parents in heaven.
God.
9/11. 9/11 happened.
Oh, that's true. You're right. A few
9/11.
days before, you're correct.
9/11.
So
9/11 happened.
Seeing September 11th, 2001 triggered her because that's close enough to September 8th, 2001
Yeah,
to have caused the connection.
Right.
Okay, great.
cool. So it really has nothing to do with 9/11.
I'm gonna.
Never forget, guys.
well,
never
You know
forget.
what?
Never
I'm
forget.
past. I'm gonna
I
fucking.
will
lose
never
it.
forget when Katie's parents were killed by a
I'm
rock
past,
slide
I'm gonna
caused by
fucking lose it.
Devastator.
I'm sorry, guys. I have fucking lost it.
Well, guys, that's why you've been a bit down lately, Prowl said, feeling like an idiot for not seeing it sooner.
Yeah, I feel like okay. And here's another thing. I feel like some of this information should be pretty common knowledge to them if they've been around Katie for a while. Maybe they only met her this year, in which case, this wouldn't have come up before, right? But if it came up even once between then and now, Katie, I don't know what she was doing for the other 18 years between 9/11, or rather when her parents died, and now. But, they didn't know, and, as robots, they have built-in calendar apps, so they should be able to remember every anniversary. I mean, frankly, if you're married to a Decepticon or an Autobot and they don't remember your wedding anniversary, that's 100% on them. They cleared their cache.
Damn.
When does
Bless
this
my
take place?
cash.
Because, I thought Katie was, really young.
I thought so too. They called her a little girl, but her parents died 18 years, 19 years ago.
I mean, here's
In
the thing.
robot
Here's
years.
the
In
thing.
robot
Actually,
years.
you know what?
Is
You
this
know what?
happening on 9/11/2002, and the
I was
author
gonna
just
say,
didn't
you know
tell
what?
us?
hang on. I was gonna say, hang on a second. Do we know that her parents did die in 2001? It just said that they died a few days before 9/11. The day happened, right? Like,
So
not
yeah, I guess it
9/11
could be
the event.
9/8/2013.
Yeah, like
Also,
What
wait,
happened?
also-
okay. Yeah, I read on the same day as the 9/11 attack years ago and thought that meant 9/11
I
2001.
think it does too. I think it's just that in robot years she's a child because they
Also,
live to be like 1,000 years old.
Also, it might just be that the story, while written in 2020, does not take place in 2020.
I think the story might suck too.
That too.
You know,
That
do you guys
for
think the story
sure.
might be bad? Like, maybe it's just not very good.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm starting to kind of feel that way.
I could see an argument being made for that.
Thundercracker decided that there was enough sadness for now.
All right, that's
Time to
enough
get back to
of that
giggling,
shit.
everyone.
Oh my god,
Stop
his
being
response
sad.
is terrible. Katie, I'm sorry that happened,
He said softly.
but you never have to worry about that again.
Sorry
It's-
we had
it's-
to do that to you.
You
I mean,
never
it's
have to
true,
worry
you know?
about your parents dying again, because
They're
they're dead.
already-
It already happened once, okay? It ain't gonna happen again, you know what I'm saying? You only get one pair of biological parents.
Yeah, flesh parents die
You
once.
ain't gonna have to worry that he ain't gonna die twice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like I remember seeing a guy who was a speaker, and he had lost both his arms and legs. And when I got a chance to meet him, I was like, "Man, I just really like to shake your hand, but you don't have one. Anyway, at least you don't have to worry about losing your arms ever
Yeah,
again."
you can count the number of times that'll happen to you again on 0 hands.
Oh, that was
And
a good
he-
tag team, Bob.
and
That
he-
was like the old days
Yeah.
when we'd alley-oop like left and right.
Yeah.
She looked up at him.
We'll make sure Devastator never goes near you again.
To kill your parents, except they're
That
already
makes
dead.
it sound like you're getting a restraining order or something.
I know! Hang on, sorry Devastator killed your parents. We'll make sure he doesn't come around, okay? Like, what?
Cause you know where I'll be found.
For an Autobot, I'm pretty sure a
When
restraining
you
order would
come
just
around.
be... It would just be like a proximity sensor.
Oh, man.
I sink at that.
Deb,
Skywarp said
We
with a
have a
nod.
restraining order on Devastator. He won't come around you.
Agreed.
No. Bob should do his Astro Train voice again.
What was my Astro
Oh,
Train
yeah.
voice?
It
Did
was
I do
your
Astro-
hillbilly
That
voice.
voice.
Agreed!
Astro Train said.
Thank you.
Astro Train.
Rachel now looked at her sister before getting an idea and lightly squirming.
Oh boy.
I'm
This is rated M.
Wait, read this next sentence, please.
Roadbuster, curious, set her down, and the 7-year-old headed out, coming back moments later with something behind her back.
That changes so much. She's
so-
7?
7.
Rachel is... Which
Is
I
this
think didn't it
author
say
7?
older sister?
I thought so.
Okay. So
Okay.
this just doesn't take place in 2020.
Or it does, and her parents'
And
death
there's
was
time
even
travel
less
and-
related.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
her
even
parents'
less
death
related.
was just not related at all.
That's
Yeah.
what I was saying.
Holy
Or
crap.
time machines.
Or time machine.
You have to use Occam's
So
razor
basically,
and time machine.
there are a number of explanations, and any of them could be true.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Katie, do you want to go to the memorial?
She asked.
Memorial, your
Why did
parents.
she have to go?
The
get
9/11
some-
memorial?
Whatever.
Oh my god, I hope it's 9/11.
The others looked curious, and Optimus motioned them to follow him. They were soon outside, and behind the ship was a circle of stones, and inside the stones was a wooden cross.
Yeah, they're not going to 9/11. They're going to
Oh no, it's not a 9/11 memorial.
not-
It's a to her parents
Are
memorial.
you
Yes.
fucking shitting me?
No one noticed that before?
No one noticed this grave-looking thing.
I'm going to. I've wrapped around. I lost it once. I'm about to lose it again. Music make me lose control.
What is this weird human thing
I'm
where
gonna
you just
fucking
put
lose
a
it
wooden
again.
cross in the backyard?
Circle of stones, weird.
Yeah, we just recycle our Autobots into new Autobots.
Oh, yeah.
We place this here in memorial to Katie's parents, not long after we met her and Rachel.
He explained.
What?
Katie looked at it, seeing the 2 smooth white stones that had her birth parents' names on them, the circle of red stones keeping the cross, and white stones safe.
Minecraft jokes.
Yeah.
Rachel went up to her sister and looked at her, handing her something. The honey-haired girl took it and looked at her sister while holding it up. It was a length of blue ribbon. Rachel smiled.
My uncle told me blue stands for hope.
She said,
I thought maybe you'd want to tie it to the cross in honor of your parents.
I love this next part.
The younger sister smiled and hugged her big sister.
Sorry. Can we do it for those that died on 9/11 too?
Oh, them? Yeah, I guess they're kind of important, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Why
They're a
not?
footnote. They're a footnote, man.
She asked. Rachel nodded and pulled out a red, white, and blue ribbon.
She
You
just
just
has
had
so
these on
many
hand?
ribbons on her.
America. Together, the girls carefully tied the ribbons to the cross, standing back when they were done. It looks lovely.
Oh,
Alina
no.
said with a gentle smile.
Hey, I just want to back up for a second and ask, who is her uncle?
Optimus?
My uncle
Optimus.
told me blue stands for hope.
Yeah, it's Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
well, you know,
So
I'll be among
do
you.
the Autobots have like ribbon color meaning? Like, is that a social thing for them, and they just happen to line up with ours?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. So yeah. It looks lovely. A tribute to not only two fine people, but also to those who were lost in the 9/11 attacks.
You cannot do this story. You can't do this. You can't.
You can't tack on the 3,000 or so people who died in 9/11.
Deaths.
Oh
You
my
cannot
God.
do that.
I love that so much. But also to those in
But also,
You cannot.
reduce them to a fucking but also.
You have managed to disrespect both parties.
I also really like that, like, we don't get to know her parents' names.
You
Like, that would be a
I'm
thing
in awe.
if someone's grieving a lost loved one. Like, the very first thing I ask is what their name was. Because, like, if someone wants to talk about them, it would be stupid for them to just keep saying, my mom, my dad, or, like, you know, like, well, in mom and dad's case, it kind of makes sense, but, like, for a brother, a friend, a pet, anytime anybody's lost somebody, it's much more useful to find out the
name.
the name so that we can talk about that, you know, but then
Yeah.
they just don't care. They're just like, okay, well, two
Well, two people,
and
yeah.
also some people who died at 9/11.
11.
Mhm.
Yeah, some guys. I don't know.
Wonderful. I'm proud.
Oh man, amazing. I feel kind of dirty saying this.
Yeah. But don't worry,
Oh,
we'll
man.
all say it together again afterwards.
Oh boy, may they never be forgotten.
Optimus said.
And now all
We
of
should
us.
count this down. We should count this down.
I'll count down. 3, 2, 1. May
May
they
they
never,
never be forgotten.
Forgotten.
That wasn't even
That
close.
was, yeah, who gives a fuck?
Okay. The others repeated in unison. Rachel and Katie held hands.
Never forget. Wait, which one was the honey?
Yeah,
hair
that's
one?
Katie.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I'll never forget.
The honey-haired girl promised.
Me neither.
The blonde-haired girl said in promise.
Oh, okay.
The two ribbons blew gently in the wind, holding firm in the promise as well. To never forget.
Title
I feel
drop.
like that's actually really suitable because the story also blew.
Okay, well,
Oh,
This
there's no-
story is a tribute to those who lost their lives in the 9/11 attacks 19 years ago. May they never be forgotten. Signed Gold Guardian 2418 and KDMA 77.
I'm looking at the reviews, and I see a guest review here that's really incredible. But there's
It's
five reviews.
fantastic.
There's 5 reviews here. I'll start from the bottom. I won't get to read the guest review. Katie May 77, one of the co-writers, said, "I'm with you, big sis. May they never be forgotten, and may they stay in our hearts forever. I love it, Goldie. Thank you so much, D."
We'll just go alphabetical, so I'll get the shortest one. Gospel Girl 03. Never forget.
Never forget. Mhm.
And steel code in all caps. Stupendous work, sisters! Keep up the great work!
Oh man,
Calm your
that makes
shit.
me think of like a The Pack meme.
Yeah. I mean, he does have like a wolf
Stupendous
like
one,
hybrid
sister.
over there. That isn't the pack thing right there. Yeah.
I believe that means that Yella gets to read this
Oh boy,
one.
I get to read guest. Here goes.
Well, 9/11 affected him the most.
Yeah.
It's the only non-American in this group.
Yeah.
That was a sad story, and I agree with the Autobots and the cons about this. May they all never be forgotten, and to all those who died in wars of 1999,
Oh.
2000,
Oh, okay.
2001, 2002, and 2003, and 2004, and 2005, and 2006 to 2007, and 2008, and 2009, and 2010, and 2011, and 2012, and 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019 to 2020. May they all rest in peace. Matt, you don't know. Matt,
Why
you
didn't
don't
just
know.
list out every year from fucking 0 AD?
Why are you not sad about the wars before 1999?
May I please?
What happened to your 1999 that
Guys,
made you sad about
Matt,
that as
please
opposed to every year
shut
before
up
it?
for like 3 seconds. I want you to know how fucking difficult it was to say all of that without bursting out into laughter with you laughing in my ears like a crazy person.
And also,
I'm
I love
proud
that we
of
got
myself. I'm
I love
fucking
that we
proud
got-
of myself.
I'm
Yeah,
proud of
I
you
am too.
In addition to the years, I love that we got two little ranges in there: 2006 to 2007, 2019 to 2020. Like, I love that.
Yeah, I like how he started out no commas, no ands. It started adding ands, and. Forgot about the ands again, just gave up. And then
got
at
a
the
two,
very
then got
end,
the ands back, then went back to nothing, and then went back to and then to two, and then may they all rest in peace.
It's
May they
the
all rest in peace.
it's like if the Cars wrote the band the Cars, if they wrote a style guide for writing, it says when you're making a list, you shake it up.
I'm gonna out.
Well, I guess you could say that the years start coming and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming. Yeah.
I remember when I heard that joke on that podcast. My brother.
And me to me.
One more review.
Go ahead, Matt.
Okay. I really love your story. It deserves a lot of audience, so it's gonna get some. Don't worry.
I'm gonna get so.
Oh,
If you what? Is this an ad?
Just say
This is an
just
ad.
say the words.
This is a fucking ad on a 9/11 story that had almost nothing to do with 9/11.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you have some great stories like this one, you can publish it on Novel Star. Just submit your story to Hardy Novel Star, Top or Joy Novel Star, Top. What?
What?
I think that was a total AI, and pre.
Yeah, if you Google novelstar.top, you'll find there are a lot of spam reviews from Novelstar.
Oh, interesting.
And there's like a Reddit thread about it.
and they have like a Google
Fascinating.
site and an app on Google Play.
Yeah.
No.
Hang on a sec.
Apparently it's some kind of scam.
Hang on. This account only exists to talk about Novel Star.
Yeah, of
Fascinating.
course.
Yeah.
That's
Blaze
really
Zion, man.
interesting. Who's Hardy and Joy and Lena? Oh, this is fascinating.
Well, that's something for you to look into and have a think about. We are gonna not think about any of this anymore because.
Oh, it's okay. I already forgot.
Oh.
Hey guys,
Damn.
what did we record?
Something about a
forgot.
girl and her parents are dead.
I cannot
Yeah,
get
that's what
over
it was
the
about,
fact.
yeah.
This is a
That.
fucking story called To Never Forget, where 9/11 is barely mentioned, and it's about someone else's fucking death that had nothing to do with 9/11.
Yes.
Yes.
What the fuck? You can't do that.
Well, they did.
They
Well,
could. They did.
Gold,
And now we
Yeah,
have
Gold
to deal
Guardian.
with the
You know
what? You can.
consequences.
I guess you can do it. You can.
Okay. You know what? Gold Guardian
But you
2418, wake up.
But you shouldn't. I'm just gonna say, you shouldn't do that.
All right. Thanks for watching. Our Patreon changed to just having a single $1 tier, so all those folks are listed on screen. The main reward is getting extra consideration for getting pulled in to voice characters in Fate, the huge series we're running as long-form streams. If this is all news to you, go watch the announcement video we have as the featured video for subscribers on our channel page. Take care, get vaccinated, and have a great day.